How's it going, everybody? This is Daniel here with Kukai Bat Pants, and I'm joined by the owner and operator at Foothills Wrestling Alliance, Ryan Bracken. How are you doing today, Ryan?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. Excited to talk about the show. It's stacked from top to bottom. So before we kind of dive into what's going on, why don't you tell everybody a little bit more about the show, where tickets can be found, what they can look forward to for this upcoming show.
Okay, we're located in King, North Carolina at 2185 Chestnut Grove Road and Chestnut Grove Middle School. You can get tickets if you go to the events page at the bottom, there is a link there. It's EWCID, and I forget the back half of that, but you can go to, it'll take you directly there. Very simple website to navigate and get tickets from. Tickets are $10 for adults, kids 12 and under are $5. Also, one of the things that we try to push with our ticket sales is a percentage of the door goes back to the school to help with the athletic department from every single show. It's not just a one-time and done. We've been running since March, and every show the school gets a percentage of the door back every single show.
That's awesome. That's
awesome.
Try
to help with fundraisers and things like that the athletic department needs, and we're hoping to continue that partnership next year as well. Yeah.
It's great. And for those watching, there's a link in the description of this video where you can get the tickets. It has all the information for you as well. So if you missed that or if you want to check back later, it's all available there. We do have a comment, and this could kind of like jump forward to this, but we have Ben Grayson in the comments, who, for those who don't know, not a very popular man in the King, North Carolina regions. He says they could look forward to the Zenith continuing their reign of dominance, and that leads right into our one of the bigger matches on the card, and that's the Stu Crew versus JR Miller and TDT. Walk us through this card and what people can expect from that.
Well, Stu Crew versus the Zenith is our main event that night. The Stu Crew and the Zenith have been going back and forth in Tennessee. They've been back and forth several times now, some with both of them with wins and losses. And J.M. Gallo from America Lucha ALW, my wife and I from FWA have invited both teams to come across the mountain into North Carolina. They need to come into Zenith country and get them to relinquish the grip they've had on North Carolina for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
So that's the big one. That's the big match. They've had some barn burners. All four have been injured at some point or another. Obviously, Ben Grayson likes to get his hands in there as much as he possibly can. But who's to say that won't be eliminated at 0 hour?
Yeah. And speaking of Ben Grayson, we do have a clip of him talking about his little bit of frustration with things that haven't been going right for the Zenith. So I'll play that right now, and then we can talk a little bit more about this match.
So it's been a rough few weeks for us here in the Zenith. First, we lose our SPCW tag team titles to the Stu Crew in Hicktown, Tennessee, in front of a bunch of no-teeth, inbred hillbillies. And that match, I'm talking to SPCW management right now. That never should have happened. I'm getting that taken care of. But now, J.M. Gallo of American Lucha Wrestling decides that we have to defend our tag team titles at FWA's 0 hour event on September 9th in King. Normally, I'd be really upset about that, Gallo, because I have to sign off on whoever we defend against. But we'll take this match, because this gives us a chance to defeat the Stu Crew here in North Carolina on our turf, where people are normal and can at least count. And I know me talking like this makes me sound like I'm angry. I'm not angry that we lost the titles. I'm not upset that we have to defend our titles. I know we can regain. I know we can retain. The problem with this is JR Miller is the ALW champion. TDT is the FWA champion because we did what we had to do to make sure I got that title in my possession, because I am a championship collector. So come September 9th, in King, I'll put all of this aside. No anger, no jealousy, no bitterness. I just don't like other people touching my things. And those titles are mine. And they will come back to me on September 9th.
That was pretty long.
Yeah, he's long-winded every time he speaks. You know, if he opens his mouth, you better believe you're going to get a speech instead of a promo.
Yeah. A lot of complaining, for somebody who has so much, a lot of complaining going on.
Well, you know, if you looked at him, you can see the veins bulging out of his face. And if you look at his hairline's receding and it's turning gray. So, you know, if you're that stressed out, Benny, maybe it's time to make a change.
Yeah.
And you know what? Maybe we can help you out with that this Saturday.
Because they're going up against the Stu Crew. And for those who aren't familiar with the Stu Crew, these guys are legit. These guys are from Tennessee, the land of the NWA, the land of raw talent. And these guys aren't going to like just be pushed aside. TDT's a monster. JR Miller's super talented. I'll give them that. But the Stu Crew are going to bring something that I don't think that they're ready for. And I don't think the people in North Carolina are ready for either. So super excited for this match. And I think it's going to be awesome.
Zach Stewart fell off of a beanstalk. That man is a giant. He makes TDT look small.
Yeah.
So, you know, I have a lot of faith that the Stu Crew hopefully will take care of things.
Yeah. And a tag team matchup that people definitely don't want to miss. And I'm sure a lot of people are rooting for the Stu Crew when it comes to that. But we have the tag team champions here. We have the Trendsetters. What are they planning to do this Saturday in King, North Carolina?
With their attitudes lately, I've known them guys for a while now, and you can't never tell what they're going to do. If they don't like who they're wrestling, they won't show up.
Yeah.
That's just how they are. You know, they're arrogant, they're cocky, and you know, they're not that good looking, but if you ask them, they're the hottest things on the planet.
Yeah. And
so, you know, unfortunately, they've been talking a lot of trash about the town of King lately.
Uh-huh.
And you know, I'm from King. You know, I've been part of King for almost 40 years, and you know, I don't take kindly to that. Case and Kane, Pretty Boy Lane, you know, and I understand you bringing Kent Wolf with you this time to bring out the whole triple side of things with the Trendsetters. Y'all got to drop that arrogant attitude, or I'll have to put somebody in there with you that'll drop them for you.
Exciting. So there's a chance that we might get a match for the Trendsetters, that they might finally get what they're asking for, and it might be a little bit more than they.
Well, you know, they said they were going to show up just to show off, just to talk a little trash. And you know what? I'm going to give them an opportunity to keep their mouth shut this time.
Yeah.
But open your mouth about King one more time, Pretty Boy Lane. I got something for you.
Yes. So you definitely want to be there. You want to see what's going to happen with the Trendsetters. They're in enemy territory, I think it's probably safe to say.
Absolutely.
And you guys have the home field advantage. So exciting to see what happens there. Just already first thing we talked about, really exciting. A lot of unknowns, a lot of possibilities. But then we have a matchup. Some might call it a David versus Goliath scenario, where we have Morgan Dash versus John Matthews. Tell us a little bit about that match.
Well, both of these guys are debuting with us on Saturday. Morgan Dash is a former champion at BWA in Eden. John Matthews is out of Shelby, North Carolina. Morgan Dash is a flyer. His speed is unmatched by anybody that you've ever seen. John Matthews is a beast. Will fly, will grapple, will brawl, will jump over the top rope, land on you on the outside. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
He will do what it takes, and he's one of the best guys in the industry right now. He's a super good guy, and don't let Morgan Dash's speed fool you.
Yeah.
But don't sleep on John Matthews as well.
Yeah. Speaking of John Matthews, we have a video here of him talking about his upcoming match that I'll play for you.
On September 9th, I'm coming to FWA, and I'm making my debut. And who do I got? None other than Morgan Dash. Now, Morgan, I've seen you all up and down the Carolinas. I see you can do all the flips and the tricks, but I'm coming to do one thing and one thing only, and to prove that I belong on the FWA roster. On September 9th, I hope that you bring your A game, because I am going to bring mine. I'll see you there.
Okay, so a lot of words for him. He definitely
Jacked up. He is so excited right now to make his debut, and we're excited to have him.
Yeah, so this is going to be a match where who knows what could happen. Both these guys are able to do some crazy things, and they're going to get in the ring. They're looking to prove to you guys that they're worth bringing back. So they've got a lot. They've got a lot on the line with this match, and they're definitely not going to leave.
They're going to leave it all in the ring.
Yep. So
absolutely, there won't be anything left, and at the end of it, I don't doubt that match will be one of the best matches of the night.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely has a great potential to kind of blow everybody's mind. To go from a more serious note to a more fun note, the next match we have is Joe Harrison versus Baby Lotion Brown for the Foothills Fanny Pack.
Absolutely. The Foothills Fanny Pack was introduced at the last show. It's very similar to the 24/7 title that the WWE had, but we put a little bit of twist on it. Pinfall, submission, or knockout.
Knockout. Wow.
Now, depending who's holding the fanny pack, depends on what's in the fanny pack. Mm-hmm. The first match, we loaded it up with candy for the fans, and then when they opened it up, the fanny pack, everybody got candy. Threw it up there, and he had to defend immediately. But now that we have a returning champion, they get to decide what's inside the fanny pack.
Interesting. Wow.
So it could be anything. He could throw out a ball of mud and smack a fan in the face with it. It depends on who has it, and what kind of attitude they want to have that night. This is a fun title for us. We leave all labels at the door with this one. This is one we want fans to tell us who they want to see wrestle for this fanny pack. And it's fun title.
Yeah.
I think we changed hands 12 times at the last show.
Awesome. Wow.
Stephen Meeks, Ollie Primo, Elliot Shock, Willie Nilly. That's just to name a few. And then by the end of the night, Joe Harrison, no comparison, Joe Harrison was our 4-time Foothills Fanny Pack champion by the end of the night.
That's pretty impressive. For those watching at home, if you have somebody that you'd like to see in a fanny pack match, you can feel free to leave it in the comments. You've got eyes with management right now, so let us know who you'd like to see. Definitely a fun match. I'm really excited to see what's going to be in that fanny pack.
Oh, who knows?
So that match is going to be great, and we didn't even really talk about Baby Lotion Brown. Super fun.
Oh, Baby Lotion! Like if you've never seen Baby Lotion Brown in any form or fashion, you're missing out. He is a crowd favorite. And from the line of Tennessee to the coast of North Carolina, Virginia down to South Carolina, if you haven't seen Baby Lotion Brown, make a point to go watch him in a match. He will have you dying. In a match, laughing, enjoying it. But you know what? That's another one. Don't sleep on Baby Lotion Brown.
Not at all.
He'll put you out and put you down in a heartbeat.
Yeah, definitely somebody you want to watch out. Trained at AML. They put out some really, really good guys at AML. So
absolutely. One of the best training schools in the area. Yeah.
So don't sleep on him. And like you said, if you haven't seen Baby Lotion Brown, what a perfect time for this Saturday in King, North Carolina. So if you're on the fence, which you shouldn't be, you should be sold just by the matches we've already talked about. But
absolutely
another great reason that you need to be there at King on Saturday. Some of the people in the comments, we've got Ben Grayson commented that Ben Grayson should get a shot. We've got the Dream Weaver.
It won't fit around him, so we can't give it to him.
We've got Ryan just said that you need a chance with the fanny pack, and then Ollie Primo.
He won't fit around me neither.
But speaking of Ollie Primo, we have Dose Legit with Ollie Primo and Phoenix Cross versus Pure Greatness. Talk us through that match, what the fans can expect from these two teams.
Well, I'm going to tell you a little story on Dose Legit. Ollie Primo and Phoenix Cross are a fan favorite everywhere they go. Collectively, they probably don't weigh 250 pounds. Some of the smallest guys in the industry, but you know what? They come out of that curtain and they give you everything they've got, and they always put on a hell of a show every time they come through the curtain. Here's the wild card. we invited Pure Greatness to the last show, Antonio Stevenson and Daryl Bishop, just to come out, just to introduce themselves, get to know us as a company, get to know them as performers.
Yeah.
And my wife had a smart idea to throw a microphone in their hands in the middle of the show. And those guys held their own, and they didn't know anything about it. She just hung on the microphone.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you're throwing a situation like that and you can handle yourself publicly,
Yeah.
somebody coming down your throat as hard as they can, I got a spot for you. This is Pure Greatness's debut this weekend as well. Pure Greatness is don't quote me on this 100%. Pretty sure they are the current BWA tag team champions, the current NRLL champions. And the last thing I saw on Facebook is they're seeking those FWA championships hard. We're going to let them make their debut and see what they can do.
Yeah.
And there might be a number one contendership situation pretty soon to see who the number one contender for the titles are.
That's awesome. So these are guys.
If they win Saturday, that would put them right there at the top.
Yeah. So these are guys coming in with championship pedigree. They've got something to prove. We've got another group of people coming in that aren't going to leave it. They're going to leave everything in the ring because they want to put their stamp on FWA. So you've got Ollie Primo and Phoenix Cross. We've seen what they could do. Now let's see what they could do against Pure Greatness, two guys that have that pedigree, that have.
And I think they're going to put on a great match.
Yeah.
They're very similar styles. Antonio and Daryl are just a little bit bigger than Ollie and Phoenix. But they can go just as fast, just as hard, and do just as much as those legit can. You know, they are both teams are phenomenal. Both teams are great. I love both of their attitudes. You cannot ask for four better guys.
Yeah.
To put in the ring and have a great match together. Yeah,
exactly. So that's going to be awesome. Like, I don't think we've some shows, and I'll say this, I'm an impartial. Some shows have a card where you go to the bathroom. They have a match where you go to the bathroom. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you're not going to want to get up during the show because all these matches are going to be so great. And that takes us to our main event. And this one we have championships on the line. We've got David Parrish against Dalton
Grant, absolutely.
Grant, yeah. And before we talk about it, Dalton Grant has something he wants to share. He wants everybody to hear going into this match on Saturday.
David Parrish, we both know that last match that we had was a complete and utter fluke. You could never beat me again. I know it. You know it. The promoters know it. Those stupid, inbred, hillbilly fans at ringside know it. You are not the champion. I should still be the champion, David. So come September 9th, I'm coming back to King, and I'm coming to whoop your ass. I'm coming to take my belt, and there's not a damn thing that you can do about it because I'm just that damn good.
Strong words. Another guy.
Up. I'll tell you what. Last show, these two put on one of the best matches in either one of them's career. I will say this, and I'll say it publicly as loud as I possibly can. Dalton Grant, David Parrish, I give them a couple of years, and they're going to be the top in not just in the North Carolina indie scene, not just the Southeast. They're going to be wanted nationwide. Dalton Grant, when he says he's that damn good, Dalton Grant is that damn good. David Parrish, you can't touch him right now. David Parrish is those two are two of the best in the indie scenes in North Carolina right now, hands down. And now they're going in for David and Dalton too. After last month, I want to be a fan for that match, but I can't be.
Yeah.
You know, that's how excited I am for this match. You know, I didn't think they had that in them. And then when they come through the curtain, the way those two did, I didn't think they were going to leave the ring standing by the end of the night.
Yeah. So we've got a Robert Fawcett saying here that David Parrish will retain the title. And we also have some people that aren't fans of Dalton, we've got Dollar General, keep his mouth shut. We've got Ben Grayson here.
Ben again? Oh man, not Ben Grayson. He's still talking.
Yeah, he's still here.
It is what it is.
Let me take his face off the screen before people start clicking away. How do I get rid of that? Apologies to everyone watching. But yeah, this match, I'm excited for it. It's got a championship on the line. There's some anger. There's some bad blood between these two, and
absolutely, and it's been building up. You know, a few months ago, it was Dalton versus Mickey, and we ended up having a bull rope match.
Yeah,
and surprisingly, Dalton being from the city the way he is, and Mickey Fulp being from the country, I figured that was an easy one for Mickey.
Yeah,
Dalton gave Mickey a run for his money that night and ended up taking the strap off of Mickey. But that same night, David Parrish won his number one contendership and cashed it in on the next show. And Dalton didn't see that coming. And I think that's what happened. I think if Dalton had a little bit more time to prepare mentally, physically, that man's there. You can't tell him anything.
Yeah.
But mentally, Dalton wasn't ready for David.
No.
And David just pulled one out of his hat that night. Not taking anything away from David, but I think, David had the mind games set for Dalton at the end of that match.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be. So it seems like David has something to prove, but so does Dalton. Just to prove that they've had time to prepare for this match. Both guys are going in healthy. Whoever walks out is the better man. So there's a lot on the line. And Tiffany Fawcett says FWA is 100% the best at building drama up. And you guys the stories that you guys are telling are next to none in a lot of these areas. So props to you guys.
We appreciate that.
But yeah, so many stories here. You mentioned Mickey Fulp in there. Do we have any update on him? How is he doing? Any recovery news?
Mickey had a pretty severe head injury at the end of the bull rope match. He missed the last show. He asked if he could come in just to kind of be here this show. I told him I needed a doctor's release first.
Okay.
And Mickey, we put him on the flyer or the poster for the show just because, Mickey's a fan favorite. I just don't want Mickey to get hurt any worse than he already was.
Yeah.
Mickey ended up going through a table backwards. And I thought it was, it was not a good situation. I thought we were going to have to take Mickey to the hospital, but as stubborn as he is, as tough as he is, we just have to get a release from Mickey before Mickey can come back to the ring, and it's sad. He's going to be in the back that day, just kind of hanging out with the guys. But, I talked to Mickey the other day, and the doctor has not released him. Concussion protocol is a major thing in the wrestling industry, and I can't, in good faith, put Mickey in the ring knowing that everything he went through that day.
So Mickey will be there. It'll kind of be like a game time decision whether or not he'll be able to perform.
Well, he still got tomorrow to prove to the doctors that he can be there or not be there.
Okay.
I know he's got an appointment 2:00 tomorrow afternoon. He's actually going to, go see the doctor one more time. But I just don't see how he's going to pull it off. Yeah. I saw the last report. There's a lot of things still going on. So wish him all the best. But I can't put him in the ring knowing what I know. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, we're definitely hoping for the best because I know, like you said, fan favorite. We want to get him back in the FWA ALW ring.
Absolutely, as soon as possible.
So everybody will kind of keep him in your thoughts and prayers going into this match. So this card stacked. I've said it several times. I'm not exaggerating. I hope that what we've talked to you guys about, for those listening, has made you want to buy a ticket if you're not going. And if you are going, make sure you're even more excited to see what these matches are, because there's no match that has nothing on the line. There's something to prove in every single match that you guys have on the card, and it's really going to be special. to give you the opportunity to let people know again where they can buy tickets, any other information you want to share, and kind of what all you want people to know about 0 Hour that's coming up on Saturday.
One more person I want to talk about before we
Yeah.
wrap it up with the ticket thing
Of
is
course.
Mike Mars had a good match at the end of the last show.
Okay. Yes.
Lights went out. Something crazy happened we didn't expect. Lights come back on. I thought there was a mirror in the ring. I don't know all the details yet. I've been trying to get the details. I've not been able to find this man, but I've been told that I needed to beef up security because JT Mars, Mike Mars' brother, will definitely be at this show Saturday.
Oh, wow.
When he left the show last month, he took a metal door completely off the hinge on the way out the door.
Wow.
We typically out here in the country don't have to worry about security. Everybody kind of, minds their P's and Q's.
Yeah.
I'm actually having to get security for this show because of JT Marks. He said he will find Mike and he will make right all the wrongs that Mike created for him all those years ago. That's all we know. We don't know what those wrongs were. We don't know any of the details about any of it. I've tried, but JT doesn't even have people to call to know when he's coming, how he's coming, who he's coming with. We don't even know the whole backstory to everything.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have security at all the entry points at the venue this weekend because I can't have him coming in damaging people, damaging property, damaging management. But that's one person that I'm looking out for.
Yeah.
With a little bit of concern.
I'm concerned now too.
Absolutely. One more. I got a little bit of a shout out.
Okay.
JM Gallo. He March of this year, FWA bat didn't happen. And he became our mentor. He became everything for us. Showed us booking, showed us everything you could possibly learn about the industry. And if it wasn't for him, FWA wouldn't be a thing right now. And he is severely underappreciated in this industry. More people that have come out of his camps, his training, his mentorship have went on to get signed with major companies, have went on to be considered for major roles in other companies. There's guys right now that are on the verge of getting signed that if it wasn't for JM Gallo, it would have happened.
Yeah.
That's important for people to realize, don't forget where you came from.
Of course.
And as far as the show goes, September 9th, this Saturday, doors open at 3:30, bell time's at 4. If you buy tickets ahead of time at the link, you can get in at 3:15. I can't promise you that the fanny pack won't be something might not happen with it between 3:15 and 3:30. Mm-hmm. So if you want to see that, you got to buy tickets ahead of time.
Okay.
2185 Chestnut Grove Road at Chestnut Grove Middle School. Don't forget that a portion of all the door goes back to the athletic program for Chestnut Grove.
Okay.
We've given a big donation to the school already throughout the year since March, and we love the support King has given us. We love the support of the surrounding communities, local promotions that have given advice to a new promotion like us. The two big ones, I won't name drop nobody because I don't know if they want to be name dropped or not, but I've gotten advice from the two big ones that surround us right now. And I will forever be appreciative of somebody of that caliber reaching up and asking, hey guys, what do you need? What can we do for you?
Awesome. Yeah. So definitely a lot of people in the comments giving JM shout outs. definitely want to see this show because it's definitely the result of a lot of hard work on your part and your team's part and the talent's part. You guys, from everything that I could see, have something special going on there. And I think that if you don't have anything to do on Saturday in North Carolina,
and even if you do, cancel it and still come to the show.
yeah, cancel it. Here's JM right now. ALW, FWA are here to push the talent of the future.
Amen, brother.
So we're excited. Hey, David's here. So we got an exciting card. You don't want to miss it. You want to be there early. There is nowhere else you need to be on Saturday. Cancel your plans.
Cancel your plans. Birthday parties can be next weekend. Retirement plans, you can retire next week.
Yeah. So thanks so much for everybody that's been watching and joining us. We hope that you come away from this super excited for the show, because I know that I am. I'll be there, and I hope that you guys will be there too. And yeah, Saturday, King, North Carolina. Doors open at 3:30. Get there early. Get your tickets early if you want to see the fanny pack. And everybody have a great night.
Thank you for having us.
No problem.